Hello everybody and welcome to this English lesson on hotel booking. I'm Dr. Hariri, the creator of LELB Society. You can easily find us on Google with this simple domain lelb.net. Okay, in this session, as I said, I'm going to teach you some English vocabulary items and expressions about making a reservation at hotels. And before starting, I want you to just subscribe to my YouTube channel for upcoming free English videos and lessons because there are going to be a lot more. And okay, so let's get started. At hotels or similar establishments, guests are usually required to check in, also called register or sign in, which involves providing or confirming the guest's personal information and providing a signature. You know, in LELB Society, for example, there are so many internal links. If you just click on this link, you will be directed to another post with similar information and content. For example, it's about go camping. And so establishments here means organizations and companies. Guests are usually required, it means they are asked for, required to check in. Check in means if you want to make a reservation, you go directly, or actually these days you do that online, to the receptionist and you just submit your information, for example some ID cards, and in order to just ask for a room, also called register or sign in, which involves providing or confirming. Confirm means verifying the guest's personal information and providing a signature. So technically you register for a room and you just request that you want to occupy a room, making a reservation. Okay. The laws of some countries require, as I said, there are so many flashcards here on LELB Society, and if you just hover the cursor of your mouse on them, they automatically pop up and they are illustrated. So some countries require, it means ask for, in a very polite way, by the way, guests to sign a register. To sign a register or registration card, and some also require the provision of identification documents. They want to know about your identity, such as, means for example, a passport or driver's license, which the hotel can copy and retain. Retain means keep, hold. Okay, usually only one guest per room is required to register. Per means each. Is required, or actually is supposed to, is expected to register. Sometimes the register may need to be provided to a government agency, such as members of the police. So the procedure is actually strict. Sometimes with a court warrant. Warrant means authorization or permit. Remember, permit could be used as a noun too. Or similar authority. Authority refers to people or organizations that are in power. Okay, as you see here in this photo or flashcard. Alright, so far so good. So let's move on to the next paragraph. The establishment, or those who are in authority, may require guests to provide. Provide means submit or give. Let me submit or give, or here actually means, or even you have you can say hand in or tender a document, provide a credit card guarantee to cover potential or possible costs such as room service or minibar for the duration of the stay, and to enable an express checkout at the end of the stay. Here express means definite and precise, means specified, specific. Checkout at the end of this stay. Checkout is the opposite of check-in. It means that, okay, when you check in at a hotel, as I said, it means that you just submit all the necessary information and perhaps actually just pay for that room in advance, and then you get the room key, okay, and that is check-in. And check-out, it means that when you just get back your documents, registration card, ID card, whatever, and you just give back the room key, and that is actually check-out. And room service refers to a variety of services that you get or receive as long as you are staying at that hotel. For example, cleaning the room, or if you need some stuff and some materials, actually you just ask for that room service, or minibar for the duration of the stay, express checkout at the end of the stay. Okay, the rest is clear. At the end of the check-in, the reception staff will provide guests with a room key. Reception staff, for staff you could say personnel or employee. Okay, this paragraph was rather short. Check-in times vary, but this can range from 12 p.m. until about 3 p.m. depending on the establishment's rules and regulations. Yeah, vary means differ, change. So don't pronounce it vary, which is a typical mistake. It's vary. So alter. But this can range from, means to be different from 12 p.m. until about 3 p.m. depending on the establishment's rules and regulations. Late check-ins can be arranged through the hotel as far as the guests book this in advance. As I said, book means making a reservation as a verb. In advance means beforehand, before a particular time or before doing a particular thing. And arrange all the necessary details. So, on what condition you can check in late as an adverb, and on what condition, and this condition that actually the guests book this in advance, beforehand, and arrange all the necessary information. Hotels usually specify means clarify and make it elaborate, and here actually according to this it means to give a careful and detailed description of or explanation of something. Specify a check-in time after which they expect guests to check in. Yeah, there is a kind of deadline and you need to meet that deadline. Okay. To check in. If a guest wants to occupy a hotel room before the hotel's check-in time, some hotels charge for an additional day or treat here means regard or consider. Consider. Consider it as a previous day's stay as compared to occupying the hotel room after the check-in time. So, if a guest wants to occupy a hotel room before the hotel check-in time, so if you want to check in before the expected, before the due time, let's say due time or expected time, okay, you need to just give some extra money according to this passage. Some hotels charge, it means ask for some money for an additional day, or consider it as a previous day's stay as compared to occupying the hotel room after the check-in time. Most hotels, however, nevertheless, you could say, it's a conjunction. Despite this, however, allow a grace time. What is a grace time, which is a technical term in hotel booking? Typically, do not pronounce this as typically, which is a common mistake. This is typically. For example, there are some other words or adverbs. Accidentally. Okay. Physically. This is physically, not physically. Again, typically, not typically. 30 to 60 minutes on request. On request means by request, means if needed. Here, if you ask for it, if asked for by a guest without any additional charge. Okay, so let me just go back to see what was it all about. Most hotels, however, allow a grace time typically on request by a guest without any. Okay, if you make that request in advance, some hotels, not all of them, just consider a grace time and they don't charge you additionally. If a guest wishes to take the room before the check-in time, pay attention to this grammar structure. Wishes to or wish to. Wish, subject plus wish plus to plus a verb, for example, do something. Okay, in this structure, wish means to desire. So here means wish means desire or want strongly. Also, you could say long to do something. Long could be used as a verb to long. Okay, or you could say wish for something. Wish for something. It means want or desire something very much. However, wish could be used in another structure. For example, subject plus wish plus another subject or the same subject. Actually, it depends. Subject plus either actually simple past tense or past perfect tense. For instance, I wish I had studied more. Here it means I did not study more, but I wish I had studied more. This refers to an unreal situation. It's a conditional sentence, but it's rather hypothetical or imaginary. It means that it has not come true, but the agent or the doer actually just wishes that it had happened. Or I wish I were more prepared. Okay, pay attention. Actually here was changes to were because, again, as I said, this is an unreal situation. I wish I were more prepared. In reality, it means that I am not prepared enough. Okay. So, wish to take the room before the check-in time. Some hotels also have a latest check-in time after 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. after which refers to that time bracket. Let me just, that time bracket. It means from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. after which they may give a room to someone else if the room is not prepaid or the guest does not phone in to indicate the time of arrival. So if you do not show up at the due time, most of the time they do not wait for you and they give the room to someone else. So some hotels have a deadline for checking in because this reception may close for the night. Some hotels have a deadline. As I said, they are maximum amount of time for doing something, for checking in. Because their reception the reception is not available during the night. For the most cost-effective usage of hotel booking, hotel room occupancy, a guest should try to arrive at about hotel's check-in time and leave or hand over the hotel room at about the hotel's check-out time. So, if you want to just book a hotel room at a reasonable price, and if you do not want to be overcharged, occupancy means the state of occupying a room, a guest should try, you need to be punctual or on time. Arrive at about hotel's check-in time and leave or hand over the hotel room at about the hotel's checkout time. Handover means give back. The hotel room at about the checkout time, but it may not be always practical. Practical means possible because the guest's arrival and departure time of flights or car trips may not align with the hotel check-in and check-out time, and for other reasons. So sometimes you cannot just meet the deadline, and may not be always practical. It is theoretical. The opposite of practical is theoretical. We say in theory versus in practice. If something is in theory, it means it is theoretical. If something is in practice, it means it is practical. Or pragmatic. Another synonym for practical. Because guest's arrival and departure, remember, arrival and departure are antonyms, exact opposites. Time of flights or car trips may not align with, means agree with, align with, agree with, or to be in accordance with the hotel check-in and check-out time, and for some unexpected reasons, let's say there are some unexpected events. Now we come to the end of this English lesson for hotel booking and making a reservation at hotels, and some technical terms and vocabulary items, expressions about actually reserving a hotel room. And please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and remember that I will just give you the link to this content in the description area, description parts, and you can just click on that link in order to see the content of this English lesson and to access all their flashcards. And also remember that this site is talking. It means that if you just select any text, it will read out that part to you in a human-like voice, and that is a very practical approach to improving your listening comprehension. For example, before reading something, before reading a text, you just select that and the site will read that part to you. Alright, thank you. Just do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Aparat for upcoming free English lessons. Thanks and take care. Bye-bye.